The adventure began back in April of 2011 when I was 12 years old. Now, we'd been told about the possibility of moving 6 months prior, but had completely forgotten about it because it was 6 months and it was only a possibility. We were living in Melbourne, Australia, which I had been for my entire life, until one day Dad came home from work and said that this whole possibility, this imagination, had become reality. We were moving to China in July. I had no idea how to comprehend this. After months of researching and thinking and wondering what ifs, suddenly it was all coming true. So my face was an awful lot like this. A week later, my friends were notified, the high school was told, and all the family knew. Although it still wasn't quite real enough yet, because it was in a couple of months. And then months passed, and I started going to sleepovers and goodbye parties. There was about 11 in total. But my most memorable one was when I came outside for lunch in my newly found high school in my 7th grade class, and there was a big surprise party for me to say goodbye, and it brought me to tears. I still have the card that they gave me and the book I handed round for people to write weird things in, and looking back at it now, it's a bit weird. So, for those of you who may be asking, was I upset? I wasn't at first, because it was just so much to take in. I just didn't know how to understand what was going on, and it didn't really hit me until the day that I left, to school. I got in the car and I was fine, and then I bawled my eyes out for about an hour because everything came rushing back to me that what I was doing was big and I couldn't change it, and it was just so scary in so many ways. On July 2nd, we arrived in Nanjing, and that was completely crazy. We had been hit with humidity because in Australia it had been winter, in Nanjing it was summer. And around July 6th, I started a blog on travelpod.com to write down everything that was going on for people back home. And I used to write it religiously. Once a week I would be writing blog posts and putting up pictures and everything. And it was kind of sad that I stopped it because I decided to come onto YouTube and create this channel, but hopefully I can come back to that writing stage. I love writing so much, and it would be so good to get back to those blogs. Around July 9th, I met this girl called Megan. Now, I've been in contact with Megan while I was in Australia because I wanted to know someone while over in China. And it was quite scary because, you don't know this person, but I met her and we clicked and we were amazing friends. We spent sleepovers together, and it really helped because moving to a country is one thing, even if it is China, but moving to a new school and adjusting is a completely different ballgame. And with that, a month later, I went to 7th grade. But we'll stop it there because we're going to do that next time. Tune in next week for the next installment of this, and if you liked it, please give it a thumbs up and let us know what you thought. And as always, don't forget to subscribe. We will see you next week. Bye! Bye! I will have completed 3 years here in Nanjing, and that's pretty big, so I got to thinking, why not make a web series that follows what's happened over the past 3 years? The series will be called The 3 Year Mark, and will follow what's happened over the past 3 years.